How's it going? My name's Mark and I'm going to take you through a new install that I did on my 2005 Miata. And what that was is I replaced the stock exhaust system, which I'll show you in a second, with a new Racing Beat dual-tipped exhaust. So first off, here's the stock exhaust. Nothing wrong with that. It's been on there since 2005. That's about 30,000 miles. And you can see that it's in good condition. It sounded good, nice and quiet, looked all right. The exhaust hangs on by these 3 hangers here, which feed into rubber grommets on the underside of the car. And then this part right here bolts on to the exhaust system, and you got to make sure to put a gasket in between the two. This is the old gasket right here. Now, if you take a look at the Racing Beat there, you can see that it looks very nice, definitely a step up aesthetically. You got the dual tips right here. One thing that's a little different, the 2005, which is the NB model, only comes with a single exhaust, obviously, and so what you have to do is cut out a small portion of the bumper right here for the second tip. Now, Racing Beat does a wonderful job. They give you a template with your directions, and then you crawl under the car, tape it to the bumper, mark it with a Sharpie, and they suggest that you cut it with an X-Acto knife, which is what I did. I bought a new blade, cut it with the X-Acto knife, and then left about 1/8 of an inch of material between the cut that I made with the knife and the actual mark. And then they recommend that you sand that the rest of the way down so that it you don't cut off too much material. And so what I noticed from the install is that first off, I would definitely recommend that you read the directions. They're excellent directions. They tell you each step, and then take your time. All told, the install took me about 1.5 hours from the point that I put the jacks under the car to jack it up to the point that I let it down and fired it up. I could have done it a little bit faster, but I definitely took my time in cutting the bumper. That probably took me the majority of the install time because I didn't want to screw it up. I wanted it to look good. And you can see that it all came together and it looks really solid. Now, I installed it earlier today, so I can't comment on things like if it improves the mileage or very much about how the performance is going to be affected, but I can tell you that the tone is vastly improved over the single tip. It sounds nice and throaty with a nice hearty growl in the low end, and then as you get over about 4,000 RPM, that growl comes back and it really sounds beefy. However, it's not going to piss the neighbors off or anything like that, okay? It felt like it had a little bit more kick when I was accelerating, but I don't know that for sure. I'll have to drive it a few more times. So now I'll just fire it up so you can hear what it sounds like. So you can hear that it still idles nice and quiet, but then when we give it a little bit of gas, you'll hear that throat kick in. So that sounds perfect, no rattles, no problems with it, and again, Racing Beat's directions are top notch. Just take your time with it and you'll be happy.